CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. Ian is off. Multiple crews are on the scene of a growing wildfire west of Sudbury. The Ministry of Natural Resources has deployed water bombers to battle the 15-hectare blaze near Fairbanks Lake. Greater Sudbury Fire Services rushed 18 trucks to the scene earlier this evening. The fire chief says the cause is still unknown, but strong winds are fueling the flames.
It's extremely windy right now, so what might even be considered a really small, simple backyard fire has a high risk of spreading and getting out of control. So there should be no outdoor fires. The wind is too significant right now, and people need to practice fire safety to avoid something like this happening.
Grimwood says fire services have been in contact with the residents in the immediate area. No injuries have been reported, and emergency services do not foresee any evacuations at this time. A major labor disruption has been averted as Valet Canada and USW Local 6500 officially ratified a new 5-year collective agreement. USW says the ratification vote saw massive engagement with nearly 88% membership turnout and more than 75% voting in favor of the deal. The union says the contract secures historic gains for more than 3,000 workers and their families, while ensuring absolute economic stability for the city. The new deal goes into effect Monday, June 1st. The Canadian Centre on Substance Use and Addiction is working with small cities across the country to create a guide that's meant to help with the substance use crisis. CTV's Madison Marier tells us more.
Small communities have not been missed by the substance use crisis. More than 30 municipalities are collaborating nationwide to help.
There was a reason that a lot of guidance and pieces was just dying on digital shelves. So we wanted something that was actually really usable, something that was focused on real, like on the ground examples of how things could work, and also what's needed for it to succeed.
With the playbook just out this week, it'll be interesting for our team to take a look, really identify what we have already and where we have the capacity to fill some gaps. So it's, introducing 1 or 2 new things at a time. You can't build Rome in a day, but having a resource like the CCSA has prepared for small communities.
The CCSA says smaller cities need different tools when assisting community members that differ from those in larger cities.
I think that's one of the things that's different about a small town or cities. Often you can't create a whole new hospital or even sometimes a whole new clinic just dedicated to an issue. But you have a lot of people, a lot of interest to how they can leverage what they have to do something new.
The CCSA municipalities have gathered for 2 summits and created a program for action plan to help community leaders create change in their communities, taking inspiration from others.
There's also a really good argument to make that the work that you do in prevention, even though it's really long-term, doing that community building, every young person that you can prevent from getting into the cycle of substance use, it's a lot easier to do prevention work than it is to try to rescue the situation.
The Canadian Centre for Substance Use and Addiction is not only encouraging more smaller communities to be part of the conversation, but they're now welcoming in medium-sized cities, as there's oftentimes smaller communities within their geography. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Meanwhile, provincial police are warning residents in northern communities to be aware that opioid-related overdoses have spiked in recent days. OPP say emergency services were called to a home in Kirkland Lake after 3 people overdosed. The individuals have since recovered, but police are warning that fentanyl is being mixed with other illegal street drugs without users knowing. Police have laid additional charges after an attempted child abduction last week in North Bay. Police have added 2 counts of criminal harassment to the charges already against a 24-year-old man. The new charges stem from separate incidents between May 19th and May 21st, where 2 other young people were followed to and from school. The man was arrested last week after an attempted abduction of a child in the area of Marshall Park and LaBreche Drive. Auto theft is a profit-driven criminal operation in Canada. Now, CAA is warning drivers of emerging auto theft tactics used to capture or amplify key fob signals. CTV's Lindsay Alick tells us more.
We've seen it before, where thieves use technology to amplify key fob signals to steal a car out of someone's driveway. Now, according to officials with CAA, criminals are using distraction tactics.
For example, you've parked your car on the street, you're going to visit a friend, and somebody pulls up beside you and says they need directions, they're not sure of the community and where they need to go. And in that time, you get close to the individual. They could have the tools they need concealed to try and grab that radio frequency information from your key fob. And that's why we talk extensively about having your key fob protected, putting it inside of a Faraday pouch, because that will block the signal.
Other ways drivers can protect themselves include parking in well-lit, high-traffic areas. Keep key fobs on your person. Avoid leaving them in carts, purses, or exposed areas. Consider visible anti-theft devices like steering wheel locks or two-factor authentication. Lock your vehicle immediately after exiting and confirm it is secure.
This is happening in various areas, in various communities. It's not immune to any particular area, because as long as the thieves have the tools, they can do it pretty much anywhere.
Greater Sudbury police confirmed that they have not seen this type of tactic used. However, officials say thus far in 2026, there have been 34 theft of motor vehicles, and the majority of incidents have been as a result of people leaving their keys in their vehicle or someone they know taking their vehicle without permission / not returning it when agreed upon. CAA emphasizes that as auto theft tactics continue to evolve, awareness and vigilance are essential to reduce risk. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
A truck driver and his employer face a long list of charges after defects in the vehicle likely led to a multi-vehicle collision in North Bay last night. OPP say the crash happened at the Highway 11 and Airport Road intersection just after 6 p.m. The investigation found the commercial vehicle failed to stop at a red light, collided with a passenger vehicle, then continued striking other vehicles. The vehicle was inspected by the MTO that found multiple critical defects. There was increased police presence in a Timmins neighborhood after a collision earlier today. Police say they're investigating a hit and run that happened in the area of Maple Street between Algonquin Boulevard and 5th Avenue. That section had been closed for the police investigation, but reopened around 4:30. No other details have been released. A new civil and mining technician program is coming to Timmins. It's aimed at helping meet the growing demand for skilled workers in Northern Ontario's mining and construction sectors. CTV's Lydia Chubak reports.
More than 3,700 mining-related jobs will be needed in the Timmins region by 2029. That's according to Collège Boreal officials, who today officially launched its construction engineering technician civil and mining program at the Timmins campus. The 2-year diploma program will prepare students for entry-level positions in mining, construction, and surveying.
So with the development that we've been seeing, obviously, in the region, the mining development, infrastructure development, it's a program that we know is in need and will be a need for future years to make sure that we have a qualified workforce.
Local MP Gaetan Malat says education and training programs like this are critical for the future of Northern Ontario.
If we don't educate the next generation coming in, like I've said often, this is one of my big priorities, education. No education, no future of Canada.
Gilles Parody says he graduated from the same program at Collège Boreal's Sudbury campus, and it helped launch his mining career.
And over the last 8 years, I've been able and fortunate enough to move up in our engineering department. Now I'm superintendent of our technical services and looking after quite a few people.
Parody says Timmins is the perfect place to expand the program because the mining industry continues to grow.
If you talk to every employer around town, they're all looking for technical people for doing surveying, design work, all that kind of stuff. That's exactly what you get out of this program directly.
Timmins councillor Steve Black, who works for Dumas Contracting, says the labour shortage remains one of the industry's biggest challenges.
There's a multi-thousand gap in the shortage of skilled trades and underground mine workers, and we've known this has been coming for a number of years now. It's just the industry hasn't adapted quick enough to ensure that we were ready to fill that need, and we're in the cusp of it now.
The program will be offered in French, with training to ensure students can work in both French and English environments. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
The next mayor of North Bay could be in line for a big pay increase. A motion headed to City Council on Tuesday calls for increasing the mayor's pay to $115,000, a jump of more than $30,000 compared to what the mayor currently makes. The motion argues that the current salary for the position is low compared to cities of similar size. By comparison, Sudbury's mayor makes $145,000, Timmins' mayor $102,000, while the mayor of Sault Ste. Marie makes a little over $86,000. If approved, the change would take effect January 1st next year. The City of North Bay is launching a summer pilot project that's meant to get students out and about in the community through free city bus rides. CTV's Eric Tashner tells us more about Bay Go.
Can I get my Bay Go pass? Brianna Fox is the first youth to get a Bay Go bus pass. With the busy summer ahead.
Probably gonna see some of my friends and probably do some work.
Can't take her all the time where she wants to go, so this way she'll be able to get to and from places that she wants to go to.
For free bus rides this summer, youth between the ages of 12 and 17 can pick up a Bay Go card by visiting the North Bay Transit office.
I think this is a good incentive program. This is awesome.
While the idea had been on the radar for a few years, the city says the initiative really started to take shape after a few school boards learned that many students were having issues getting transportation to and from school.
So that was a very quick conversation and a quick conversation with transit here to be able to make that happen, providing 10-pack passes and bus passes for students.
From there, the idea of free summer rides was born. Following in the footsteps of a similar initiative in Kingston, the program is delivered in partnership with Canadore College and Planet Youth Nipissing.
There was some excellent feedback from youth and from their caregivers that was showing that the access to all of the things that they wanted to be getting to in the city was improved.
When signing up, young riders show ID confirming their age and have their photo taken at the terminal. The pass can be used starting next Monday until September 7th.
Not all parents are able to bring their kids to and from different places throughout the day, whether they're working or whatever have you.
It's actually going to be good for her because she can go see her girlfriend at the other end of town.
Youth registering can provide their email for a follow-up survey when the program ends, with feedback going back to the city for future youth mobility planning.
Yes, I was very excited.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
It's time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have your full weather forecast, and it's Friday, so of course we want to know what the weekend's going to look like. But let's take a look at the current conditions outside your doorstep right now. So we've got some cloudy skies in Sault Ste. Marie, 6 degrees, 14 in Gore Bay, clear skies across the board, 8 in North Bay, single-digit temperatures out there, so a little bit chilly, but your full forecast is coming up next.
Welcome to the weekend. At least weather-wise, you're going to like some of the numbers I am about to present to you, but momentarily you'll have to wait because we've got the forecast radar, which doesn't really unveil all that much in terms of precipitation or any kind of action. Some cloud cover overnight, gradual clearing, but some nice weather not only over the course of the weekend, but next week, and it's going to start getting warmer too. Sudbury Nickel Belt, mainly sunny tomorrow after some cloud cover overnight, 20 your high, 23 Sunday, Monday 22, Tuesday 22. Okay, here's the really cool part about this forecast in the Northeast. Wednesday and Thursday are going to start to heat up. 26 both days again for those days, and well above normal for this time of the year, which we can all appreciate. Sault Ste. Marie Algoma, here we go. Let's start things off at 19 tomorrow, 20 Sunday, 21 Monday, 21 Tuesday. Nice bounce to 25 Wednesday, even 27 on Thursday. Slight chance of showers at 60% for that, but at least it's going to be warmer. Timmins Cochrane Kapuskasing, meanwhile, 20 tomorrow, 22 Sunday, 22 Monday, 23 Tuesday, Wednesday, 27, very popular number there. Chance of showers at 40%, even as high as 28 Thursday by next week. Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, mainly sunny tomorrow at 20, 22 Sunday, 21 Monday, 23 Tuesday. How about a bump of 25 on Wednesday, sun and cloud, 27 Thursday, chance of showers at 40%, but you're 7 degrees above normal for this time of the year. It certainly is going to feel like June weather has arrived. North Bay, West Nipissing. Take a look at this forecast. 20 tomorrow, 22 Sunday, Monday 21, Tuesday 21, 24 on Wednesday with the sun and cloud, and Thursday sun and cloud at 26. It's almost a near perfect forecast, and your normal for this time of the year is about 20. You're 6 degrees above that by next Thursday. So, Amanda Hicks, we've all been talking about the return of summer weather. It looks like June is, well, where we want to be because it's going to start to perk up by Wednesday, Thursday next week, and I know we'll all enjoy that. Back to you on the desk.
That's right, Rick. I like seeing all that sunshine. Thanks for that. Family, friends, and colleagues of a boating victim gathered at the Valet Living with Lake Center in Sudbury today to plant a memorial tree in her honor. Sylvia Donato was struck and killed by a boat last August while she was swimming in Lake Nepawin. Her family members want her to be remembered for her compassion, outdoor enthusiasm, and her life as a dedicated teacher who impacted many students. Those who attended the event wore shirts with Donato's face on them. The tree is a serviceberry, a pollinator that was planted next to a bee hotel honoring Donato's determination, which was often compared to a worker bee.
People here where like some people that knew her very well chose this location with the pollinators. The fact that this group of people saw fit to have a spot for her at such a fantastic facility, it speaks for itself.
I have spoken to a lot of students who were taught by her at Laurentian, and it was always, they held her in a sort of reverence. Even at that young age, they realized that they had experienced something very, very special.
Her husband says Sylvia would be pleased with the service, but added she sent the wind to test their capabilities in planting the tree. What a beautiful ceremony. If you've applied to jobs with little to no luck, you're not alone. Experts say the entry-level labor market has only gotten more challenging, especially for young people and recent grads. CTV's Alexandra Hollick reports.
Why the frick do I keep posting about being unemployed?
It's no question Kaylee Klein is looking for a job.
Today is day one of unemployment.
Since graduating from Wilfrid Laurier University in 2025, she's been on the hunt for an entry-level full-time marketing position. But Klein's search has often come up short.
I ended up landing one job out of the 200 I applied for, and it wasn't even a full-time job. It was just a summer internship. I've seen all of these roles already.
Instead of scrolling through postings on recruitment sites, Klein decided to document her day-to-day.
So here we are trying to find my next job.
And the results surprised her.
People started DMing me and telling me that they have similar experiences. More opportunities came just through social media than traditional job platforms.
Setting yourself apart from others is the top priority.
Melise Panetta is a marketing professor at Laurier. She says applicants are having a hard time because supply can't keep up with demand.
It's just more competitive, all right? That's just simply a fact. So everyone has to tighten up their game. They have to be stronger. They have to be sharper when they compete for these roles because there are fewer of roles available in the same number of students.
But even as some companies move away from depending on Canada's temporary foreign worker program to fill entry-level positions, another hurdle in the job hunt is artificial intelligence.
We're definitely seeing an introduction of a new tech in the market, which is always going to have some level of disruption. That's just the way it is. But This one is happening quite quickly, quite rapidly, and it is definitely disruptive.
To try and combat the new challenges, labor experts lean on a long-standing practice.
Your opportunity to try to network and build connections doesn't start at the point at which you need a job. Instead, you have to network very organically and very early in your career.
In Klein's case, she's built connections, found freelance opportunities, and is constantly trying to level up.
Just kind of trying to do as much as I can, little jobs to get by for now, but also still on LinkedIn 24/7 trying to find a job.
With the hope that her corporate comeback will carve a career path and inspire others along the way. Alexandra Hollick, CTV News, Kitchener.
UCL injuries are a common issue amongst baseball pitchers, but researchers at the University of Waterloo have been working with a Major League Baseball team to try to find solutions. As CTV's Colton Weens reports, they've discovered a way to pitch that may reduce stress on their elbows.
And we got this weird sidearm delivery, and we go, this guy's never had a UCL injury.
It's research that John McPhee believes could help keep baseball pitchers playing longer, all while avoiding potentially career-ending elbow injuries.
You cannot throw as hard, but you can pitch for longer.
McPhee and his students were approached by Major League Baseball's Seattle Mariners to find a way that would lessen the impact on their pitcher's ulnar collateral ligament.
We developed a very detailed musculoskeletal model of 5 of their starting pitchers. And then once we had this very high fidelity model, we could do some what-if simulations.
A UCL injury leads to what's commonly known as Tommy John surgery, which often can end a pitcher's career.
If you do tear your UCL, which happens to 25% of all pitchers in American high schools, not to mention Major League Baseball, they need a year to a year and a half for rehab, and often they never pitch again at the same levels they used to.
McPhee says they found throwing sidearm like Toronto Blue Jays pitcher Tyler Rogers can minimize the load on a pitcher's UCL.
What we got was this sidearm delivery that you see on the screen here that Tyler Rogers has used to, great advantage over his career, which has been a long career, no UCL injuries.
McPhee says the Mariners are now using the model.
What they are doing with it, we of course don't know. MLB teams tend to be very secretive. We do know that their injury list is a lot shorter and smaller than the Blue Jays injury list right now.
It's hard to overwrite the amount of experience that they've had with the mechanics that they've been using for so long. So usually changes come more incrementally versus these big overhauls.
Inkall, who was a co-author in the study, says pitchers aren't about to change their entire delivery because of these findings, but with MLB teams continuing to expand their biomechanics staff, it's further research that can help with performance and longevity.
It's just with time, we're going to have a better idea of how to take all these different facets and sort of have them find that optimal middle ground.
Colton Weens, CTV News, Waterloo.
Still ahead tonight on CTV News, a downtown market celebrates inclusion. Finally for us tonight, downtown Sudbury was filled with community spirit for the National Accessibility Week Outdoor Market. The event, organized by Independent Living Sudbury Manitoulin, wrapped up a short time ago. The night market is part of a week-long series of community events aimed at promoting inclusion and celebrating the contributions of people with disabilities. Visitors had the chance to enjoy a barbecue and check out the various arts and crafts made by members. Organizers say events like this are critical to highlighting the ongoing work needed to break down barriers.
This night market really does showcase some of the amazing talent that our folks have. This community has been working really hard over the last 3 months to create some amazing products that they can share. Now, arts and crafts are a huge part of all of our programming. I don't know if you know this, but doing arts and crafts actually creates those happy endorphins that everybody needs. You see all those adult coloring books in the stores. Well, this is kind of like that.
Like a whole bunch of dolls for children, because I love when I make a child smile. It's like the biggest heart. It's making a child smile is like, wow.
I was in a dark place. I didn't think I was wanted or accepted.
I come here, it's like you're with family.
And tomorrow morning wraps up the final day of National Accessibility Week with a carnival-themed expo that runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Durham Street. And that takes us to the end of our newscast. Thanks for spending a bit of your Friday night with us. Have a great weekend. Good night.